Hello, you're watching New Vision TV News. I am Ruthina Seji. Here are top stories. The headlines: Senior 4 students that UCE examinations but train interrupts delivery of examination papers in some districts. In the news around East Africa, MUSEVENI flies to Juba to attend Sudan peace talks. And in our Daily Pearl of Africa series, catch the feel of sailing on Lake Albert. We have these stories and more in the full bulletin. I'm glad you're watching New Vision TV News. We broadcast from the New Vision newsroom. Here is the news around Uganda. Senior 4 exams started today throughout the country. We take you around how this exercise started around the country.
Today morning, they sat their first paper, the physics paper practical, where students were to do the exam in shifts, since not all students could be accommodated in the laboratories, as revealed by some administrators. The first groups were checked by the invigilators before heading to the laboratory, where the exam was to take place. In Kampala, Deputy Head Teacher at Chitante Hill School, Elizabeth Onen, said that 246 candidates are sitting for UCE this year, and she believes they have prepared adequately. City High School Head Teacher Thomas Serwaji said the teachers had ensured thorough syllabus coverage as a trick for preparation for the students. And from other parts of the country, in Gulu Secondary School has been affected by the delay of some parents to clear school fees balances. According to Irene Mwaka, head teacher, parents have been asked to report to the school and explain their situation, but only a handful came, as the rest came as late as 9 a.m. when students were supposed to start the exams. UCE exams will run till November 15th, with some candidates having their final papers on that day.
Moving on, the Director of Public Prosecution slapped murder charges to a labor exporter Halima Biekwaso-Elias and Annette Mutesi, who had earlier been charged and remanded for allegedly cheating and operating a recruitment agency illegally.
Halima Biekwaso, 33, alias Mutesi Annette Ann, a second-hand shoes dealer residing at Tura Kawempe Division, reappeared before Buganda Road Court Grade 1 Magistrate Katie Joanacha to apply for bail. However, her application went futile as the state prosecutor Elizabeth Nandala told court that the DPP had put other charges on her. Upon state submission, the magistrate read the 2 charges of murder and trafficking in persons on Biekwaso, of which she was accused. She was ordered not to plead, for they are capital offences only tried in the High Court. This means Biekwaso is now battling 4 counts of murder, cheating, operating as a recruitment agency without a license, and trafficking in persons. Prosecution alleges that Biekwaso and others still at large on July 2nd between Kampala with Sultan Mohammed al-Badi of Sultanate Oman in the Middle East on the southern eastern end of Arabian Peninsula recruited and caused the death of late Sarah Achieng. It is also contended that on September 10th, same district, the accused, being a businesswoman, by means of fraudulent tricks induced Irene Nankumba to give her $200 as money purportedly meant to process her recruitment opportunity for a job in Jordan, whereas not, and it is also asserted that the accused, without a license to operate a recruitment agency, introduced herself to Nankumba as someone appointed by the VBC Labour Expert Limited to recruit girls and boys for jobs abroad, whereas not. The trial magistrate adjourned the case to October the 28th. Story by Douglas Mubiru and Abu Kisige.
We now move on to more stories making news around the country as government encourages farmers to embrace new technology to enhance productivity. The first agriculture equipment exhibition, comprising of 17 factories in China, will be held at Uganda Manufacturers Association grounds in Lugogo. According to the Managing Director of Promote Uganda, David Nsubuga, the machine exhibition will offer a chance to Ugandan farmers to choose machines suitable for farming to increase production and exports. Nsubuga said this during a press conference in Kampala, announcing that the first annual machine exhibition will be held between 12th November and 16th November this year. He said Promote Uganda did a research and found that there were technological gaps in the terms of the tools farmers are using, which should be bridged to enhance productivity and exports. In Mbarara District, veteran politician Professor Patrick Rubaihayo and Mbarara businessman Francis Ishanga are locked in a row over 300 million shillings plot in Mbarara municipality. Rubaihayo has petitioned the Land Probe Commission accusing Ishanga of betrayal. The retired Makerere University professor said in 2000 he sold 50 by 100 plots to Ishanga. He told the commission that he trusted him and handed him a land title to process what he had paid, but instead kept it and emulgated all the land, including that he had not paid for, and took possession of it. Now asked by Deputy Lead Counsel John Bosco Sunza to state his claim to the land, Rubaihayo responded that he bought 4 acres in 1967 from Paul Bakasha Barhanga. In HOIMA district, HOIMA diocese will animate this year's pilgrimage to NAMUGONGO Martyrs Shrine. The diocese was selected to lead the pilgrimage on November 10th by the Mbarara Ecclesiastical Province Association. The association brings together the dioceses under Mbarara Ecclesiastical Province, comprising HOIMA, Fort Portal, Mbarara, Kasese, and Kabale. The HOIMA Diocese Bishop Vincent Chirabo Amoti will celebrate the Mass during the pilgrimage. All parishes in the diocese are engaged in preparations for the success of the pilgrimage. Tadeo Athura, the president of HOIMA Diocese External Presidents Association, which brings together Christians living together in the diocese, said preparations for the event are in advanced stages. He urged all Christians living in HOIMA and outside to take part in the preparations and make pilgrimage to NAMUGONGO. Annual pilgrimages like the one HOIMA Diocese is preparing for are different from the Martyrs' Day celebrations that take place in the same area every June 3rd. HOIMA Diocese animated the 2017 Martyrs' Day celebrations last year. East Africa. Moving on is news around the East African region. Starting off is a story from Kenya, where former United States President Barack Obama yesterday congratulated Kenya's Eliud Kipchoge after he became the first man to run a marathon under 2 hours. In his tweet, Barack described Eliud as a remarkable example of humanity's ability to endure after the historic run. The congratulation message was extended to Kenya's Brigade Kosgei, who broke the women's world record at the Chicago Marathon on Sunday, 13th October. News in South Sudan. President MUSEVENI today arrived in South Sudan capital Juba to join regional leaders in their quest to chart out the way forward to achieve total peace in Sudan. The impromptu peace meeting that is being held in Juba is attended by the Prime Minister of Ethiopia, Abiy Ahmed, who is also the current chairperson of IGAD and also the main broker of the peace deal in Sudan. On Friday, Abiy was named the winner of the Nobel Peace Award because of his effort to resolve a long conflict with neighboring Eritrea. He also resolved conflict in Ethiopia by releasing political prisoners. The Juba meeting comes a few weeks ahead of the establishing a government of national unity in Southeast Sudan. The country plunged into chaos in 2013 in a contest of power between President Salva Kiir and Riek Machar, who was then the vice president. Closing off news around East Africa is a story from Tanzania, where refugees in Tanzania must go home. President John Magufuli said a week after officials began mass repatriations of Burundians, despite concerns that they may face political persecution. Tanzanian officials have said that all repatriations will be voluntary, but Magufuli warned in his speech that refugees in Tanzania, most of who are Burundians, cannot stay indefinitely and will not be granted citizenship. We now take a short break, but when we come back, we'll take a look at the news around the world.